Hey guys, you're watching Inside the Arts.
Hey guys, welcome to Inside the Arts. I'm Kelly Witherell, and today I am extremely excited to have with us on the show Dr. Kathleen Taylor. Thanks for coming in.
Absolutely, it's my pleasure.
Dr. Taylor is the vocal instructor in the Advanced Music Studies program at TJ High School, as well as director of choirs. She's also formerly a theater arts teacher at Ballinger Creek Middle School. Yes. I had the privilege of being your pupil back in the day.
Absolutely.
We've come a long way, haven't we?
Yes, we have.
Well, thank you so much for coming. It's great to have you. I guess we can start off with just, can you tell us a little bit about your background in music?
Sure. My background in music is expansive, and I've been doing this most of my life. So when I went to college, I went to Oral Roberts University in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and studied music education. And then I went to Indiana University in Bloomington, Indiana, and studied vocal performance. And then I started teaching with FCPS. And while I was teaching, I decided to pursue a doctorate in music education at Shenandoah Conservatory, which is part of Shenandoah University in Winchester, Virginia. So,
wow, so that makes you quite a pro.
I guess so.
So how would you say that you bring all of your expertise into what you teach at TJ?
Luckily, I've had a lot of different musical experiences. When I was a child, I was also playing other instruments like flute, piano, organ, whatever there would be out there, I would try and figure out how to play it. Mm-hmm. And as a high school student, I was in the choir, and I was in band, and I was in marching band. And that's always an extreme set of circumstances.
Yeah.
The students who are at TJ in the Advanced Music Studies program, many of them are in marching band, because our marching band is, if you didn't know, #1 in the state.
Wow,
yeah.
That's impressive.
Yes. So I have a lot of things that I can relate to those students as well. And they appreciate a well-rounded instructor talking to them, even though I'm maybe discussing theory or the literature of music, that I'm also incorporating other serious and funny anecdotes that happened when I was a kid and I was going through what they're going through, whether I decided, do I want to go into music or do I not want to go into music? And these are tough questions for students to have to answer at 11th and 12th grade.
Do you think that it's important to teach kids the classical elements of music, their beginnings, their theories?
Oh yeah, and music is one of the oldest art forms. So whether you're pounding out something or whether you're singing, it's an expression all the way through of how you feel a lot of times and how the composer might have felt. So, you know, you try and incorporate so many aspects to just, as you're covering one little section of Guillaume de Machaut in the Renaissance era, you know, you're trying to let the kids know there's something about what they're doing that relates to what he did when he was composing.
How did you manage to combine working on your doctorate and teaching at the same time? What was that like?
It's very stressful. It's hard work, but when I did a research project, part of it was to get students' general opinions of opera. For instance, operas are always serious. Operas are always in a foreign language. Operas never include children. Operas are for fat people. All of those things are part of what students may generally think of when they're thinking of an opera. But I would say one of the most favorite moments has been when I, as a performer, get to perform for students. I was singing in an opera, A Mall in the Night Visitors, and I got to take the students that I had in class to go and watch the opera that I was in, and it was so fabulous. And I did that for about 7 or 8 years. The students got to see an opera that was contemporary, that used children. It used somebody who they knew, and it was in English, and it was a story that they understood.
Wow.
So it was a really great experience for the kids.
That had a huge impact on them, I'm sure.
And yeah, I hear about it many years later.
Oh, wow. That must be really a great feeling for you.
Yeah, it is.
So how are you enjoying now with your new teaching position? It's only been, what,
2 years.
2 years?
So it's been about 18 months or so, yes.
With the academy at TJ. How is that going?
It's going really well. It's more academic. This year we've actually performed with Foreigner at the Great Frederick Fair.
No way.
Yes.
Wow, that's
and
awesome.
last year we did the musical Aida, and this year we're doing Hairspray.
And we're so excited for that.
Yes, because you can't stop the beat.
Exactly. Well, thank you so much for coming on the
Absolutely.
show. It's been so much fun.
All right, well, thank you so much, Kelly. It's been a blast going down through memory lane.
Yes.
My name is Stephanie Weigelt, and I am fortunate enough to be the dance teacher here at Urbana High School. I've been at Urbana for 21 years. I was a dancer growing up and then also danced in college. I never imagined that I would be lucky enough to do this as my profession.
This program is amazing. Miss Weigel does a phenomenal job, and I don't even know how she does it. She does new dances every single year. They're always original.
Physically, this is like the hardest class for me, and but it's not really hard because it's fun. It's fun work for me.
A typical class,
we usually stretch and then we run our dances, or she teaches a new one.
we'll study ballet on Mondays, and then we'll do jazz or hip hop on Tuesdays. Wednesdays we do tap, and then Thursdays is modern or contemporary, and Fridays I leave for sort of World Dance Day. We've done step dance, Irish dance, we've done a little gymnastics.
Together, left here, push, start.
Many of them study outside of school at studios or involved in our pom squad or cheerleading.
I take lessons at Dance Unlimited. I used to be a competition dancer until my freshman year.
I started when I was 3 or 4 out of studio, but I started dancing here last year.
I dance outside of school usually from like 4 o'clock to like 9 o'clock at night. I'm on the competitive team at my dance studio right down the street, and we usually dance for at least like 4 hours every night. It's a lot of fun.
The recitals are a lot of fun when I don't mess up a lot.
Recently we had our winter recital, and that is a semi-annual performance. It's just an opportunity for the students to showcase the skills that they learn throughout the semester. It was awesome. The kids did a really great job, and the reaction from the audience was wonderful. So I think they feel super proud of their work, and so do I.
I love it. It's awesome. Miss Weigel's the best.
Miss Weigel definitely knows how to challenge us.
She like teaches us so well, and like even those people that never have danced before, she like makes them fall in love with dance.
She's always good at playing people's strengths and pushing you to do better.
I guess one of the things I'm really proud of with our dance department here at Urbana is Not just my classes are wonderful and hardworking. We also have a National Honor Society for Dance Arts chapter here at Urbana. We do have a dance company, and those kids are super dedicated. They meet in the mornings before school.
Each morning we wake up at 6:15 and we get here, and then for dance company, which is the one that you audition for, we dance for an hour before school.
I would love for every high school in the county to have dance, just to have more support for it. It's just a wonderful lifelong skill, both for health, well-being, self-confidence, obviously creative expression.
It's a lot of fun to be able to do something you love at school that's not necessarily so strenuously on your brain.
It's definitely made my high school experience what it is, and I'm gonna miss it a lot next year.
Recently, 3 visual arts students from Linganore High School won awards at the Scholastic 144 competition at Shippensburg University. We got to sit down with them and talk about it. So thank you for coming on the show. I want to ask you, how rough is this competition you're in?
So Shippensburg has teachers from all over Maryland and Pennsylvania submit works, and through that they choose, based on the photographs that have been submitted, which pieces will actually be in the exhibit, and then from there they're individually judged by professors from different universities.
In this competition there were 120 pieces entered, and then from the 120 they chose 66 to be in the next round, and then from there they judged your honorable mentions first, second, and third.
So first off, congratulations. This is awesome. Let's take a look at these pieces of art right here. How did you make this?
So the assignment was to create an animal out of the aluminum foil that we had in class. I ended up using aluminum soda can tabs from the top, and I used wire to weave them together. Alongside that, I used floppy disk parts for the ears, and the tail is made out of the aluminum foil, so it's a completely recycled project.
So this one is for Kennedy and Rachel. What kind of research did you guys have to do to get the dimensions for these animals? Because these are really intricate creatures. So what did you guys have to do?
So I spent quite a lot of time on Google Images looking up different pictures of armadillos, and I did run into a couple of hiccups because armadillos are considered roadkill in the Midwest, and so if you Google an upside down armadillo, you're either going to find roadkill or a taxidermied armadillo holding a adult beverage. And the other thing that I ran into a little problem with was finding armadillo feet, because that is apparently a food.
So I did a lot of research on Google Images as well, trying to find kiwi pictures, and mostly I was just trying to find the right angle so that the kiwi would stand up, because it has 2 feet and not 4, and so if I were to have the kiwi's head up, it would fall over all the time. So trying to find one that would help the project was really difficult.
I did research on a kiwi in 4th grade. Don't they roll around a lot or something like that? Or don't they have problems standing up?
I feel like they should be hollow.
Yeah, I mean, their legs are quite small for the body, so they probably do have trouble standing up a lot of the times.
Okay, Alyssa, let's take a look at that piece. Can you hold it up for us?
In this photograph, basically it was a project on minimalism, so you had to include least amount as possible. So I chose a fan because it was a blank background. It's not actually pink, it's actually a brown fan that in Photoshop I turned pink, and I made color adjustments, light adjustments, and I kind of did add an abstract look.
So how did you guys do?
This year in the Shippensburg 144 competition, I placed 3rd place with the armadillo, and I placed an honorable mention with a ceramics piece that I made. Alongside that, last year I got 1st place with a different ceramics piece.
So this is my first year doing the Shippensburg 144 contest, and I got an honorable mention on my kiwi bird.
This is also my first year in the Scholastic 144 competition, and I got 2nd place overall with my photograph of the fan.
So congratulations, guys. Awesome job. And thank you for coming on the show. Stay up to date with other student artwork and send us your artwork on Instagram. Bye.
And before we go, this episode's shout out goes to the Oakdale High School Drama Department, currently rehearsing for their spring musical, Cinderella. Thanks for sending us your videos, guys. Keep sending us your creative work on Instagram. We want to show it right here on Inside the Arts.